At 10:11 a.m., a man walks into an airport with one goal: go home. He has a flight, he has luggage, he has a passport. And then the security cameras catch something nobody can explain. He bolts, not a jog, not a hurry. A full body, life or death sprint straight out of the terminal, over a fence, toward the trees. He leaves everything behind: phone, wallet, passport, bag, and after that moment, Lars Mittank vanishes. What did he see? Who was he afraid of? And how does someone disappear from an airport? In broad daylight? Lars Joachim Mittank was a 28-year-old German tourist on vacation in Bulgaria near the Golden Sands Resort. Normal trip, friends, beach, a week away from real life? Until the final days when something shifts. Lars ends up injured. Reports describe an ear injury that made flying dangerous, so his friends leave, and Lars stays behind alone, waiting to recover and catch the next flight. And that's when the real horror starts. Lars checks into a hotel near the airport, and the hotel cameras catch him doing things that don't match a normal, injured tourist. Pacing, looking out windows like he's watching for someone, hiding, moving like he can't decide whether to run or freeze. Then he calls his mother in Germany. Not to say I'm okay, not to say I'm coming home, but to say this: they're trying to kill me. Imagine getting that call. Your child alone in another country, convinced he's being hunted? On the morning of July 8, 2014, Lars heads to Varna Airport. He texts his mother that he's there. Then he goes to see the airport doctor. The doctor later describes Lars as nervous and erratic. At first, the appointment seems simple: check the condition, confirm he can fly. But Lars doesn't leave. He lingers. Like the door outside the office is more dangerous than the room he's standing in. Then someone enters, a construction worker. Because the airport is under renovation, and something inside Lars breaks. He starts trembling. He explodes into panic. He shouts, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out of here." And he runs. Not out of the office, out of the airport itself. CCTV captures him sprinting through the terminal, out the exit, across the outside area. Barefoot, then climbing a fence and vanishing toward a nearby field and forest. That footage, those seconds, are the last confirmed sighting of Lars Mittank. Here's what makes this case so disturbing. He didn't plan to disappear. Because if you plan to vanish, you take your passport. You take money, you take your phone. Lars left it all behind. Which means whatever he was running from, in his mind, was closer than his own survival instincts. And the location makes it worse. Airports are controlled spaces: cameras, police, crowds, timetables. But Lars ran into the one place cameras fade: open land, tall grass, forest edges, and in minutes, the world lost him. Investigators and the public have debated a few main possibilities. Theory 1, a sudden psychological crisis. The most common explanation is a panic or psychotic episode triggered by stress, injury, being alone, fear, and possibly medication side effects. Because what we see on video is not escaping quietly, it's a mind in full emergency mode. Theory 2, he believes someone was after him. We know Lars told his mother he was being pursued. He genuinely seemed terrified. But that leaves the question: was it paranoia? Or did something real happen earlier that made him fear for his life? Theory 3, an accident after the cameras lost him. This is the simplest and most heartbreaking. If he ran injured and disoriented into rough terrain, he could have collapsed somewhere hidden and never been found. And there's one more fact people forget. This case is still treated as a real missing person investigation. German authorities have issued public appeals for information about Lars Mittank's whereabouts. Today, years later, the case is still open. And Lars is still missing. His final seconds became famous worldwide because they feel impossible. A man running from an airport like he just saw his own death, and then vanishing like a ghost. But behind the viral footage is something much darker: a family that never got closure, a mother who heard fear in her son's voice, and a world that watched him run without knowing why. So what do you think happened to Lars Mittank? Did he run from a real threat, or from something inside his own mind? Comment your theory below, because the smallest detail can change everything. And if you want more true mysteries the world still can't explain, subscribe to Secrets You Never Knew. Because the next story might be even more unsettling.